Hello, today I'm going to talk to you about headaches. If you have a headache, it's often a result of tight neck muscles that are referring pain away from the muscle and into your head. So, for example, if you've got something at the front of your head here, it could be coming from a muscle which is at the back of your neck called the trapezius, which extends down over the shoulders. It can also go into the jaw and into the eyes. So if you're able to recreate your headache pain by self-treating, then you know you've got to the right point, which is a bit restricted and causing your headache. So there's various ways we can do this. First of all, what's really nice if you have a headache sort of in this kind of area is just to put a bit of heat on it. But rather than putting it actually on your forehead, it's best to put something around the base of your skull. So it could be something like a heated towel, or if you've got one of these, I've got a wheat bag here, and you can just wrap it around like this, and then just sort of lean back into it with your head and just sort of relax for about 15 minutes, and that really helps to ease a lot of the headache pain. So I'm just going to show you a picture. First off, this is the trapezius muscle. It's this kite-shaped one, and it goes all the way up the back of the neck like this. So that's an easy one to look at first. And what you need to do is make yourself comfortable and just sort of slightly elevate your shoulders like you're doing a shrug, and just grab one side with your thumb and fingers, and just push your thumb into your fingers and hold. And if you find any kind of soreness underneath, then you've got a trigger point, and you just pinch it and hold it until the pain subsides slightly. Don't do it so that it's too much, just within your own tolerance. If the pain's too much, then just sort of relax your hold a little bit so it's less intense. And you can just work your way along here, just finding any kind of restrictions. Now when you're doing this, it might well refer pain up the back of your neck and into your head, and that's quite normal if you've got a trigger point. So don't worry about that, and it will go if you can find the right bit along here that's restricted, and just putting a bit of pressure on will release that. The other one you can do is try and release the muscles at the base of your skull, the suboccipitals they're called. So what you can do is just put your thumb underneath the base, just sort of, you can find that bony ridge, just stick your thumb underneath it, and then just lean your head back on your thumb. And once again, if there's any trigger points, it will refer pain. I've got one there, it's just referring slightly around here, I can feel it. And you just rest and wait for it to release. And you can work your way all around that skull there. The third place to look for the sources of headaches is this muscle here. You can see it when people turn their heads. It goes from behind your ear, it attaches on the skull at the back here, and it goes all the way down to here. And so what you can do is, if you just lean your head slightly to one side to slacken it, it's a bit easier to grab then, and just hold it between your forefinger and your thumb, and again, try and find any sore bits that you might have. You can just work your way down. It can be quite nasty if it's tight, and it can refer pain into your eye, right into the middle of your ear, and it can kind of go like a big question mark around the side of your head as well. So if you're getting any of that when you're pinching it, you're in the right area. In an ideal world, you should be able to do this with no pain at all, just a bit of pressure. So that's another good one to hunt around for the source of headaches. When you've done all that, it's a good idea to do some stretches. So to stretch your trapezius muscle, you just, sitting comfortably, turn your head slightly to one side like this. Sit on this hand is probably a good idea, just to keep that anchored. Turning your head away and then just pulling it like that over to the side and slightly forward. And then you can do the same with your head straight on as well whilst you're at it, and sitting on your hand just opens it up a bit nicely. The other one is you can interlace your fingers behind the back of your skull and then literally just drop your chin to your chest, and that will stretch and open up the back of the neck. If you do it when you're doing an out breath, it's a lot better as well. So you take a breath in, and then on the out breath, just start stretching and allowing your chin to drop to your chest. The other thing you can do is, there's a couple of acupressure points just in your eyebrows, and you can do both at the same time or one and then after the other, it doesn't matter. But if you just, you might well do this naturally anyway, just pinch your eyebrows like this and work your way along. And sometimes that's quite good just to relieve a bit of pressure. The other one you could do is, and particularly if your neck's feeling a bit restricted and you know you're finding it hard to move and looking over your shoulder, you could, just behind that last muscle we did, you can just push a couple of fingers against the vertebrae, and sometimes you might feel quite a sore bit here. I know when I treat clients for headaches, often there's trigger points that are quite nasty right up under the skull here. So if you just put your fingers sideways onto the neck and just wait, if it's sore, just wait on it, but not so that it's really hurting you. Just release the pressure enough so that you can feel it, but it's not too intense. And then you can do the same on the other side. Fingers coming in out from the side, and just have a hunt to see if you can find any trigger points there. And see how you get on with that.